Australia's consumption for free-range eggs has tripled in the last 10 years. The growing debate of what free-range actually is focusing consumers on stocking density, or simply how many birds should live together in a certain space. So I want to find out what the different free-range systems are and how they work. So Dan, what sort of free-range operation do you have here?
Okay, we run 10,000 birds a hectare here, or 1 bird a square metre, which means that every hen in this system has the equivalent of an AFL football field to walk around in.
And why did you choose this model?
It's more environmentally and economically sustainable, much better for the welfare and the management of the hens.
What's a day in the life like for one of these hens?
The pop holes will open early in the morning, the birds will come out and they'll stay out all day. Some of them will come out, some of them won't. All the birds will range at will.
So during the day here, I mean obviously they are flocking animals, they've got all this space around us and yet they're all together. That's quite normal obviously.
Yes, they're a very sociable animal. They love to flock together. You know, depending on what's provided for them. We have shade houses, we have nesting systems, but they do get spooked too. So yeah, it's just really up to the bird what it chooses to do. Genetically, the birds are a foraging forest animal. So instinct basically means that they look for shade and undercover. Our farm is fairly new, so our trees are very small. We've planted nearly 700 trees on the site, but they're still fairly small. We've provided a man-made structure for them.
So you have straw here, you have rocks here. How does that help maintain the surface of the soil?
We have underground drainage, so that's how sophisticated these sheds are, that we actually provide drainage, so our paddocks are actually drained, so that we don't get puddling and water build up on the range area. And we provide a soil cover because grass doesn't grow very readily, especially for 9 months of the year in South Australia. We provide what we call applied fodder or a soil cover to protect the soil and give the birds something to forage in.
So this is what it looks like having 10,000 birds to a hectare.
That's right, yes. As you can see, very, very sparse. The birds only congregate where people are standing.
Driving the public demand for free-range eggs is the perception that hens are happier and healthier here. But should consumers think about more than just space when it comes to the health and well-being of these hens? Oh wow, so this is where they are at night time.
That's it.
How many birds are here?
There'd be probably 50% of the flock, about 10,000 birds. So as you can see, you've got the perches, nesting system up the top, feed and water, totally accessible. So they're fully catered for, enough perch space so that all the birds at night can get up and perch. So they're all protected. All of the ventilation is controlled. So in summer, you allow fresh air in. At 26 degrees, the water comes in and then the cool pads still start to run. It's environmentally controlled, so the air moves through the system. And in here it's 28 degrees. So the pop holes are open. The birds will congregate mainly in here because it's just too hot outside. So 90% of the manure that the birds will deposit will be on belts and it's conveyed outside, and that's taken off the farm twice a week. And it's used on broadacre farms and things like that for fertiliser.
What happens to the eggs from here?
Okay, well you'll see up there there's a nesting system. They have an artificial turf floor which is sloped. The eggs are laid predominantly in those nest boxes, roll down onto the conveyor belt, and then the eggs are automatically conveyed down into the egg room. Okay Holly, so this is our centrally automated egg collection system. As you can see, beautiful quality eggs. So these all go through automatically to our central farm packing system.
So Dan, the whole shed's automated?
Yes, everything's fully automated. Feed, water, temperature, best of all in summer. It's 45 degrees outside. Inside the shed it's maintained at 28 degrees. It's the best place to be in summer, it's inside the chick shed. As a farmer, I'm very, very comfortable knowing my birds are really, really, really well looked after. Okay Holly, so this is our central control system. It does our feed consumption, water consumption per bird. Also gives us temperatures inside and outside, also our ventilation controls. So if it was feed, and there's not enough feed going through, it's alarmed. If it's water, it's alarmed. If it's a temperature issue, it's alarmed. So we're notified straight away and we can attend to it.
This is pretty important for the welfare of your hens.
Hen welfare for my birds is absolutely paramount.
But what about the eggs?
Of course, the eggs.
Sustainability is the new buzzword in terms of food production, and free range sits underneath that banner quite comfortably. But can free range systems meet demand and remain sustainable? Are there any limitations to this system in terms of supply?
Okay, well the free range demand is really growing, and in order to be able to sustain the supply we need to be able to produce eggs in volume, and these systems absolutely cater to that. So we're able to meet our demand by producing large volumes in these systems.
Talking of large volumes, what's in here?
Okay, well this is our weekend's production, and as you can see this is the sort of volume that we require to supply our markets.
Wow, Dion, when you see this, do you think this is what it's all about, this is the best bit?
Well, as a family, we're about producing good quality food, and this is about feeding a nation, so we're really, really proud of the fact that we can actually present this sort of volume to our customers and to the nation.
What do consumers want?
Well, clearly they want free-range eggs, and these systems are designed to produce large volume free-range eggs. It's a good quality product and it's affordable, and we've got to be able to sustain supply for the growing market.
Yeah, so where do you see you and your family in the next 10 years?
We see the market growing, so we're well placed for the next 20 years with these systems.